This is the time of year that everybody hopes to still be playing in. School is out and Gunner baseball still in the hunt for a state title. A lot of good stuff happening, including Mike Gundy's haircut today.
That's right. I was thoroughly shocked.
I think we all were. Well, I couldn't finish the show without bringing out the brooms. That, my friend, is a perfect sweep in the regional championship. Reed Thompson will be back to receive. He swings out to the left. Oh, sorry, someone's phone is ringing. Yeah, it's because it was a house call. It is going to be a showdown between Franklin and Gunner, the #1 and #2 team ranked throughout the entire season by Dave Campbell's Texas Football, going head-to-head here for the 3A D2 championship tonight. Gunner playing in their 4th state title in the last 6 years, hoping to get their 3rd championship in just 5 seasons. Out of 144 contestants at the 112 Texas AM, Austin was tied for first coming into championship Sunday. He sunk his putt on 18. But the person on his bag the entire weekend made the victory even more sweet. For those of you who watched The Last Dance last night, this gym might look a little familiar. It's where Dennis Rodman played when he was here at Southeastern, but now it's being renovated to accommodate more than just basketball. Ringling football is a powerhouse not only in southern Oklahoma, but the entire state. In the last 3 years, they've lost just 2 games, and that's it. This is a district showdown between the top 2 teams in this 3A district. Gunner and Bells going head-to-head tonight, and to be honest, whoever wins this game is probably going to win the district title later next month. This is going to be an absolute dogfight. Now, last year in this matchup, Gunner got the win, 41-7, and earlier this week, Bells head coach Dale West said that they just didn't come out prepared. They didn't practice right last year, and they just weren't prepared to take on a team like Gunner, and he also said that Gunner will make you look bad. They are an incredible program in all 3 phases of the game, and so this week they really focused on the preparation that goes into a matchup like this. Hey guys, yeah, as you mentioned, not the last game of the year, although it is senior night here at Munson Stadium. The Denison Yellow Jackets have already clinched a berth in the playoffs. They sit at the 4 seed in their district and will play against Ennis next Friday night. They lead by 4. Hildebrand up to bat again. She says, "See ya," way over the wall, a 2-run homer, and oh yeah, she's a freshman. DJ Thomas here, the other 1,000 Point Club member, stutter steps, then drills one from NBA range. Vikings up by 8. I'm a little embarrassed to say that until Wednesday night, I didn't know who Coach Shipp was. In the last 24 hours, I've learned so much about his inspiring life story, and yesterday his daughter shared with me how he went from an orphan to an Olympian.
My father was born in Shreveport and in a ditch. They had him on a rainy night, wasn't expected to live through the night. His first bed was a shoebox.
At age 4, Jerry Shipp was dropped off at Tipton's Children's Home by his mother. Dying of tuberculosis, she had a dream that her son would earn an education. He stayed at Tipton until he was 16, when a couple from Blue, Oklahoma came to watch him play basketball.
They went home and discussed it and went back and visited him a few times and decided that they wanted to move forward and talked with Dad to adopt him. He went on to Blue and was a very good basketball player, and Southeastern, Coach Sullivan, Bloomer Sullivan, came and recruited him, and this was his home.
While wearing a Southeastern uniform, Shipp was a 4-time All-American and led the conference in scoring twice, set 2 conference records, but he wanted more.
After Southeastern, he tried out for the Olympics in 1960 and was the first alternate. Well, if you know my father, that made him mad. So he signed up to play with Phillips 66, and he got to travel the world and won 4 national champions with them, and then came around in 64 and tried out for the Olympics and ended up being captain and leading scorer for that team.
Soon after, Jerry held some office jobs but wanted to move closer to home to pursue his career that he had always wanted, coaching and teaching.
We know he's a gold medalist, but he never one time brought that up. You know, that was not something he talked about. It was not something that he'd done. It was just, he's kind of a character, you know, and he was fun to be around.
And he always pressed that, you know, you don't have to come from a large school to make it. You know, you can come from a small school and do anything you want to. And I think that's part of the reason he came to Kingston. He was like a father figure to me. You know, just basketball mind you cannot believe.
In keeping with his goal to inspire young athletes, Jerry donated his Olympic gold medal to be put on display at Bloomer Sullivan Arena in 2009, a reminder to athletes that their hard work can pay off.
I think he's one of the icons of Southeastern and Southeastern athletics, and will always be that. And we need to celebrate, you know, the history of his presence here. There's a lot of things that his life symbolizes that I think a lot of us could learn from, and that story needs to continue to be told.
It was such an honor to share Coach Shipp's story as his family celebrates his life. They are still in the midst of planning his funeral services, but say that information on his memorial will be available later next week. In studio, Remi Monaghan, KTEN Sports.